Welcome to kind of like a review of last week, the missions that we had, and also cleaning out the emails. I finally got all the accounts done. It's been a long process of doing these all, but let's get through the remainder of the mission week. Um, the next look at our daily reward for um the, the last two missions of the week of last week were fails. Just so you know, they were fails. The After we had the I think it was recruit. We had the next mission was ASCII. Let's see, would have been. Let me exact here. It was gather resources. So as you know, that was gonna be in the first. I didn't have all the accounts tracked, so that was a complete fail. I didn't gather any resources whatsoever. Unfortunately, that's just how it was. I said if it was attacking monsters, we probably could have gotten the gather done. But it was, as I said, the gather event, which was a complete fail. As you can see from this screenshot, um, complete fail. Didn't get any gather done with 6 hours remaining to the mission. So that was a fail. And the last mission of the week, as you probably know, was going to be attack monsters. So that ended on Saturday. From Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So this ended on Saturday, and with this mission, we actually did get some attack done. And that would have been we did 30 attacks. Now I've already cleaned the emails, or I haven't deleted the emails, but you can see that the gather, like I said, would have been on the first. There's nothing here except for the 29th, which I did some gathering, and nothing else. And we're going to delete those in a minute. But on, like I said, I think it was the 3rd. Let's see, what day was that? Yeah, so Thursday it was gather. So that was the first. So on Thursday night, which was also the first, to Saturday, which would have been the 3rd, again, I'm a week late, was the attack. And like I said, we did 26 attacks. We got 231, 31,600 points. So again, we did get some of that done, as you can see from the screenshot that I took of the mission when it was like 2 hours left. At that point, I was like 2 hours left. There's no way I'm gonna get all the accounts done. I was able to get most of the accounts done with the halfway point, which is where this was. So again, we got the first stage, second stage done, 230,000 points, 231,600, and that would have been 30 attacks. And if you look in here, I stopped. It looks like it's 1600. I don't know. And I think that also we had another thing going on there as well. Oh no, this would this would have been the 3rd. So I haven't really done any attacks since then. So that is where that is. Okay. Let's see, go through. Okay. Again, to my normal donation stuff. Checking me did all the no I didn't. So we did the one more. Yep. It's the even amount. So I think for the lines and for everything, and also fleet and all that had resources. There's a joy mission going on right now that ends tonight. It's a new event that they started up, which it's okay. I mean, it's not good. I mean, it's okay. So I'm just gonna drop all these. It's gonna drop all these balls. Doing it. I got one more ball. Boom, boom, boom. Hit 300. And then you go in the shop and you can buy certain things. I've been just buying these emeralds, and then if I don't have enough. So, and then I've been also going for research chests if they have any meaning, but that's not. That's not. So the other thing I want to talk to you about in this video, um, is what did we gather this month? So, or last month, send our units out to start gathering because it is a new month and I haven't yet been gathering, and it's almost, well, by the time this video is up it'll be the 10th, so we need to start gathering because the mission starts in a day. So if we don't have the resources to do whatever we want to do, but we have 27 million, so we should be able to upgrade and then after that we can probably get some good resources to like the castle at some point. We only need another 2 million. So if we waste a little bit million on here, that's okay. So in the reports here, we're gonna go down the list here and go over the resources that we gathered. So this month was a pretty amazing month for all accounts actually. In gathering and all. We did gather. Well, this account didn't gather more wood last month, but we'll go through the missions, we'll go through the sets. So it looks like I didn't start until the 3rd. So again, we're 6 days later than that at this point. So so the 3rd looks like it was gather, or the gather mission, because there's all these gathers that we did, well, pretty much full percentages. So that must have been the gather event. That's all I can figure in this account. And then after that, we did some more on the 7th, just going for stone and iron. It looks like the 8th we did some more gathering. Wood, some stone and some iron. Again, many of these accounts have been going for stone and iron because that's what they really need. This month I'm going to try to just gather the full amounts of all 3, or all 4. And then when I have the 5th march enabled for gather, we'll go for another one of the higher ones that we need more of. And we're going to try to still do the missions. I've been going back and forth, like, do people really like these videos or do they not? So, if you do like the videos, let me know in the comments section. So, the 14th, the 13th to 14th, it looks like it was another gather. And that would have been the 2nd gather. And this is where we gathered, remember, I told you on the 14th that we gathered a percentage. And that was that percentage there. And we can click on that and go to the location, but we did that in the video. Yeah, so we lost a little bit there, but that's okay. So that was the last gather, and then we did some more gathering on the 16th again. We much had the 5th march enable. You can see we went for 3 stone, 2 iron. And then we got more on the 22nd. Again, just the 4 marches, like I said. So 1 for each one, pretty much it looks like. 22nd, sorry about that. 22nd, and then 23rd we did some more. 24th we did some more gathering. 25th we did some gathering. So we did do a lot of gathering. Like I said, a lot of gathering throughout the whole entire month of April. And then again, we ended on the 28th. We did actually a lot of gathering. We did 2 sets of marches. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we did 3.5 on that day. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then that was the 28th, and then the last day we did another 4, and then that would have been it. That's all that we gathered. We did, and you can see that I hadn't gathered since that day because it would show up the reports if we gathered. Because when we delete the messages, they all go bye bye. So the last day we did any gathering was on the 29th. So again, that was like the day before it ended. I was starting to track, messages at that point. So again, I've been just sending them out to do the ancient rune stuff to get the crystals, and that's it. So overall, this past month, we gathered, get this, 6,500,000 14,500 of food, 5,404,500 of wood, 2,066,400 of stone, and 306,450 of iron. So, that's incredible what we gathered last month. Again, most of them, actually, 2 of them were not over what we did in the previous month. So, previous month in food, 4 million. Almost 5 million. We did 6 million this past month. Okay, it was like 4,870,000 what we did last month. Or in March. Now, wood, we did almost, 7,794,000 of wood in March. Last month, again, we did 5 million. So that's where we kind of lost a little bit there, but that's okay. We were gathering other things probably to get other missions done, and also we need a lot of iron and stone, so that's why that's not as high. And then we go to stone. Last month, or in March, we gathered 1,042,000. This month again was 2,660,000. So again, a little bit more there. And again, in the iron section, it was very close. If I just sent out for like one more bit of iron, I could have gotten more iron. But in March, we gathered 3,022,350, and this past month in April, we gathered 3,006,45. So just 20,000 more would have done the. We've probably gotten it more gathered. But again, very close. I mean, overall, like so far, if I'm looking at the spreadsheet, food and stone, we've done the most out of the whole entire year. The most in the whole entire year in those 2 categories. So that's nuts. So before we end the episode, we will be deleting these messages here. I just want to let you know that we will be deleting them. I don't do it until after the video is, as I'm ending the video, so my spreadsheets don't get messed up. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna delete all the attack monsters messages because and we did do a little bit on the 3rd, but that was just, it's not too much. I mean, it's only a few. But yeah, I mean, we didn't do anything until we did some attack on the 19th, and then the rest were on the 3rd. Again, that was probably attack monsters. So again, on the attack monster mission, I did attack. But I'm gonna delete them because it is technically a new month, and technically that was for last month's mission. So we're just gonna delete those messages there. So that does pretty much what I wanted to talk to you about in this episode of War and Order, the main series. We will be doing the guide series if it's not already up. I'm just working through all my accounts slowly and surely. But before we do that, let's see. We looked at how much I gathered right now. So yeah, stone and iron is really where you need. But for right now, I'm gonna send 150. I don't care about not the mission, and even if it is the mission, it's not that much. And if the 5th March enabled, then we'll get more points. That we're losing like 20% there. It's not that much. It's not the mission. That one Mason 1. Let's see. What about this one did? This one is 23%. And this one is 23. So we're losing a little bit of percentage, but that's what you can do. But that is gonna do it for this last week's mission status, and also the deleting of mails. So, I don't know how long I'm going to get the mail out there. 3 minutes, okay, that's not that bad. So, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to these messages, because it is, like I said, a new month, and as you can see, I didn't gather anything in the new month, so we are going to delete those messages. So, I'm going to say goodbye to those messages, they're gone forever. I've already tracked them twice now. I've done it in the video here, and I've also just regular videoed them. And that is going to do it for today's War and Order video. And, like I said, the guide series video will be coming up. We'll talk about the mission stage for that account. And also delete those mails and go through the rest of my accounts that I have. But until then, I'm going to say what I normally say. At my end, for this video. Bye bye for now.